Well, President Biden is preparing for his highly anticipated meeting with the Chinese President Xi Jinping next week. Leaders set to meet during an economic summit in San Francisco on Wednesday. Comes as multiple crises are unfolding across the world and after controversies between the U.S. and China. NewsNation's Kelly Myers live tonight in Washington. What can we expect, Kelly?
Well, the White House is really saying that this is opening the lines of communication, and that is the step that they want to take. They say they are ready for this. They are feeling confident going into this meeting. President Biden has met with President Xi Jinping before, about a year ago, on the sidelines of the G20 in Bali. This will be their seventh such interaction during his administration, meeting and talking with the Chinese leader. This really comes at a time, though, when there have been heightened tensions, especially in this past year. We saw the Chinese spy balloon incident. We saw Chinese fighter jets breezing past our U.S. B-52 bomber. There's a lot that can come up in this meeting. The White House tells us everything is on the table, but what they really think will come out of this is the military-to-military communications being set up and being able to get that line back open. So that's the really big step that they hope to take here, too. Connell.
I saw some of the Republicans in the House sent a letter to the president pretty much outlining what they would like to see come out of this meeting. So what are they pushing for?
Well, they're basically saying that they want to know what the Biden administration, they say, had to give up to get President Xi Jinping to the table. That's something they're asking. They also laid out a list of what they are calling deliverables, as they say, that they want to see China agree to by the end of this summit. It involves stopping the flow of fentanyl into North America. It involves stopping the aggression in the Taiwan Strait, as well as provocations with our military jets in the South China Sea, as well as some spying efforts, they say, by China here in the U.S. All of that they want to see be addressed, and they're urging President Biden to demand that of President Xi when he sees him next week there, Connell.
Yeah, it's be interesting, Kelly, how aggressive the president will really be. I think you and I were talking about this earlier. It's almost like restarting, in some ways, the relationship. I know they've met before, but there's been so much tension and so much has happened in other parts of the world. You wonder if it'll just be a bunch of pleasantries and not much progress. So how much aggression we can really expect from President Biden.
Yeah, it's something that we're watching for here. I asked with a professor earlier today just how much President Biden should go into this and be trustful of President Xi. He says he doesn't believe he should trust him, but that this is the work that they need to do to get the communications back open. That professor also said that this is really an agreement to talk. That the White House kept stressing to us opening those lines of communication. This is a big step in terms of getting them together and getting these, conversations going. But there's still a long way to go, and they hope that this may snowball into more actionable items in the future. But definitely the military-to-military communication, getting that open is important, because then that will help us maybe not see things like what we saw over the South China Sea, where Chinese fighter jets are breezing past our U.S. B-52 bomber, to try to make sure those kind of things aren't continuing to happen.
Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.